catalyst for change with the chance to thrive. Crystal is the one to stir up gifts and save lives. You get exposure, promotion, and marketing too. And advertise for business owners just like you. On Storytime, your interview is global. Virtual or in person, just come on the show. Yo, your story matters. Crystals will open the door. 40 years of experience, ready to give you more on Storytime. Get ready for Storytime. Hey, come on.
And you're live.
Good evening. I am Crystal Bodie Smith, and I want to welcome you to Storytime with Shout Crystal. I am so excited to be able to come to you today on Sunday, February 16th. I hope you're having an amazing evening. Storytime is a place where we connect with human beings for live experiences. And today, I am so excited to be able to bring a group of young ladies who I have known for decades. This group of ladies you may have seen on the promotion is called Dark Essence. Dark Excellence is a group that started back in the 90s. And we're going to bring them on so you can see who they are and learn a little bit about them. And we're going to get this party started. And we're going to have a good time tonight. This is what I want to call a Dark Essence family reunion. So let me check and see. There they go. I see them. You might see them. You have India on the left. You have Amber, Clarice, and Kimberly. So let's get ready to receive them as we proceed on with the show. There they go, ladies. Good evening. How y'all doing today?
Good evening.
How you doing?
I am doing amazing. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. This is such a special day for me. And you all know that we have a lot of history together. So I'm just grateful. I feel blessed that we're all still here to be able to do this. And you know, we're missing one person though, right? So we know it's a blessing because Gary's not here, you know, so it's just a blessing that we're still here, the land of the living. So I wanted to start out by just taking a moment of silence for Gary Fawcett, who was with me when we started this journey together back in the day. And as we get ready and I start to introduce you, I'm going to put a picture on the screen so you could just see us back in the day, back when it was with Gary, because some people don't know who Gary is. I just want y'all to see who Gary Fawcett is. And we're going to get into this journey and how this whole thing started with these ladies. I can remember those days. And for some of you at Enloe, you may remember those days too. And so Dark Essence began back in the 90s. So what we want to do is we're going to show you some pictures as we go along so you can reflect on that. We have the good old oldies. So we're going to start with a flashback to the oldies so you can see what that's all about. And then we'll go in and give you a little history of each one of these ladies. We have Amber Corzine. We have Clarice Gerald Hall. We have Kimberly Wimborne and India Williams. And so with that being said, we're going to go on and give you a flashback. Wow. Look at that. Get that back up there again. I need to look at that again. I need to see. Look at that. Look at that. That's right there, ladies. Y'all remember that page right there?
Come on, bathroom acoustic. Bathroom acoustic.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
I can remember that for sure when you guys were in there. And so we want to.
I believe we were doing the Enloe motto, that song in the bathroom, cheer for the green and gold.
Yes.
Oh.
Wow, that's amazing that you can remember that. Now let me ask you this, because I want to go in the right order. Who was it that idea to create the group and started the group?
Mm.
That's a hard one because I remember it being more of a conversation, more so than one person. So each of us, we had performed in the variety show, the Enloe variety show. We were
Yeah.
in two different groups.
Yeah.
I think Kim and I were in
You
a
and
group.
Kim were together, and me
Yes.
and Amber were together.
Yeah.
And so we heard each other sing at that variety show in the
Mm-hmm.
different, and we were like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, right?
To get together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't remember any more details than that night that we heard each other sing at the variety show.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, let me tell you a little bit about these ladies first. First, I want to tell you, since she started speaking, I'm going to tell you about India Williams. India Williams is a creative strategist. She's a community builder, a dynamic leader with a passion for storytelling and service. She's the founder of I Will Consulting, and she leverages her corporate expertise to help businesses and nonprofits navigate change, improve processes, and drive meaningful impact. Currently, she serves as the interim executive director of Loaves and Fishes Ministry, and she's dedicated to empowering under-resourced youth while also making an impact in nonprofit leadership and public service. She's a seasoned performer. India has great stages across the triangle and beyond, bringing powerful stories to the life through theater and voiceover work. And whether she's leading change, mentoring others, or captivating audiences, she thrives at the intersection of creativity, leadership, and advocacy, all while balancing family, faith, and a commitment to making a lasting difference. So I want to thank you, India, for being with us. So now let me ask you something. I would like to know from you, India, before I go to the other ladies. Come on back here, India. You can't get away that quick. I would like to know from you, when did you start singing?
Well, I am a preacher's kid. So my father was a Baptist minister for over 40 years and all of my life. And so the first time I sang was when he said, get up here and sing, and probably with my sister. Uh, my mother was the minister of music most of the time at the churches where he was a preacher. And so it was probably singing This Little Light of Mine or something like that. Uh, the first time I remember being intentional about singing was as a middle school student at Martin Middle School with Susan Reinhardt as my chorus teacher, and she was just amazing. And she encouraged me to audition for honors chorus, and so I did, and the rest is history.
Wow, amazing. Well, thank you so much for that. Next, I want to go to Clarice Gerald Hall. Clarice is a native of Raleigh, North Carolina, where she resides with her husband. Their blended family of love consisted of 2 young adults in a home and 3 other children, all ranging from the ages 18 to 33. She's a singer, a musician, a songwriter, and an actress. And her accomplishments and credits include her lead role of Mary in the stage play From the Eyes of Mary to the Arms of God in 2014, which was written and produced by William T.J. Bridges. Her role of Lovely in the stage play Pooled in 2018, written by Moses T. Alexander Green, and a feature in the musical stage play A Motown Christmas, presented by, is that Mayha Productions? And she has
That'd
a
be my high.
business administration, and she also working on a solo project and has been doing that for a few years. So Clarice, let me ask you that same question, and welcome, welcome, welcome. When did you begin singing, Clarice?
Wow. My dad would say probably around the age of 3. Like India, I've been in church all my life. My dad is a musician, and so pretty much wherever he went, I went. So,
Mm,
but I would say I probably started singing, I don't know, Sampson Chapel Free Will Baptist Church around the age of 5 or 6. Been singing all
okay,
my life.
okay. Wow. Well, thank you so much for that. I want to bring to the stage next Miss Amber Cousin. I want to make sure I'm saying that last name right. Is it Cousin or Cousin? Pronounce it for me,
It's
please.
Corzine.
It's Cousin. Now, Amber, I know from you that you just an everyday girl. You met these ladies at Enloe, and when I asked you to give me a bio, you didn't talk about a lot of your accomplishments. The biggest thing you talked about was when you met this group, and you talked about how y'all sang at different events in the schools and the churches and all around the town of Raleigh. So I know you felt honored with that. So I want to ask you, Amber, tell me a little bit about when you started singing and how you met these ladies.
Oh man. So like just like Clarice in India, I cannot remember a time when I wasn't singing. I mean, I started at 5. Uh,
Mhm.
and I started at 5. I was in a lot of plays as a young kid. I'm a theater major, I have a theater degree. And so plays is what I was always in, and musicals is what I was always doing. And so I know I started singing about 5, and then like India, like intentional was when I got into middle school, and somebody was actually like, "Do you hear yourself?" And I was like, "Not really." And actually, me and Kim have been in. We were in chorus at Ligon Middle School together in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and so we've been singing together for quite some time.
Wow. Well, that's amazing.
Wow.
Well,
Uh,
speaking of Kimberly, that's who we're going to go to next, Miss Kimberly Winborn. And this young lady right here, my, she's a certified financial education instructor and author of the Debt Detox. All right, she's a beacon of entrepreneurship, and she had the spirit, and she has financial wisdom. And she has over 2 decades of experience empowering individuals and community toward achieving their fullest potential. And as the CEO of Kimberly Winborn LLC, she stands at the forefront of business communications and finance consulting. She has a commitment that extends to supporting women in transition via their philanthropy work as the founder of Beauty 180 Inc., a nonprofit, and fostering a community of faith-based business leadership through the Praying CEO, a prayer-focused business networking group for women who love and prioritize God in their entrepreneurial efforts, founded in 2016. My goodness, at the heart of Kimberly's mission is the belief in the power of community, education, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship as vehicles for financial freedom and generational wealth. Kimberly Winborn, my goodness, you have really done some things, my goodness, over the years. So let me hear you tell us, when did you first pick up that microphone?
I mean, I think it's the same story almost for all of us. Our church, and I even know it was probably Jesus Loves Me or the Bible. Those were my jams in
Wow.
rotation, and I was probably somewhere between 3 and 5 years old. Going to the church at the time was called Laodicea,
Mm,
and now it's called Macedonia. We when we moved to Raleigh, that was our first church. And then, like Amber said, school chorus, and I was in chorus up until I graduated from college. And so that's my journey through singing.
wow, ladies. So my goodness. So you all name some of those songs that we are all familiar with, definitely as a little girl. So I want to ask each of you, tell me a little bit about your upbringing and how your upbringing made you the person you are today. And I'll start with you, Amber, then go to Clarice, Kimberly, and India. But tell me about your family upbringing and how that contributed to making you the person you are today.
so growing up, both of my parents were like heavily rooted in Christ. And so I think when you come from a Christian family, like you have the values of like stay in line, stay on the path, like stay on the path of the righteous. So I don't know, like growing up, I just feel like having that particular type of background and meeting these ladies with similar backgrounds too is the reason why we were able to like connect on a whole nother level. Like it's very rare that you meet people who are on the same path as you, as far as like you're gonna stay on that road uh with loving God and putting him first in your life. And so you know, that was a blessing, uh, meeting them and having them in that same type of situation. My parents were both like education comes first. You know, once you get your education, you can go and do whatever you want to do, but you got to get an education.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Clarice?
Well, um, I have to say, well, first of all, a few weeks ago, I posted a picture of the home that I pretty much grew up in. That house, everything that I guess you could say, we kind of experienced in that home, such as my parents being just pillars in the community, being a helping hand for people in need. My mom ran a daycare. That house was like the life. I mean, it was so much there. My dad being a musician, we had choir rehearsals, so I was always seeing a bunch of people. And music was our thing. My dad, his thing was he just wanted all his kids, any kid around him, to be able to play an instrument and sing. That's all we did. Um, for me, I was the first in my family to actually go to college. I'm gonna be honest. My dad would say, "Hey, I was a D student," but nonetheless, for them it was music, and I think, like I said, because of who they were in the community, it has really helped to shape me. And I kind of, I guess you could say, I kind of model my life like them. I mean, I even now with the younger kids being young adults, my husband and I, we talk about how often our house is the hangout. It's where the kids come and they want to talk, and when they just want to just have a support system, have someone to vent to or whatever, even get a good meal. This is where they come, and that was pretty much how I was raised. Like I said, my parents pretty much did the same thing.
Okay. How about you, Miss Kimberly?
I think I could kind of echo what both Amber and Clarice said, because my house was always filled with family and friends, people staying, even when we didn't want them to, because my mom would just welcome everybody who needed a home, and that's facts. My
Yes.
friends would only leave when shows would come on that my mom wouldn't let us watch, right? She raising her hand because she would be out. But I was raised in a Christian home. Even my mom was so strict, y'all. Y'all know, my mom was so strict. Even if people's parents called to say that they were going to be there to chaperone, my mom was like, no, she wanted to make sure that she could keep her eyes on me. And so that was my upbringing on us. That was my upbringing, very Christian foundation. But my mom, while strict, was also very fun. We were always her Valentines. I remember the frog cupcakes that she got one year. We learned how to bake and sew and, all these different things. So it's very familial, like very close knit. Always going to see grandma, and making sure that we stayed close. My dad died when I was 6 months old, 5 or 6 months old. So making sure we stay even close to that side of the family. So just very close knit Christian, love on everybody sort of foundation. And we were always singing, always dancing. I remember the 80s and Wham coming out, Boy George, George Michael, just a Dolly Parton. We just listened to everything. And
Mm.
except now, not when my mama was around, because we could only listen to gospel and BB and CC Winans. When they came out, we put that on repeat and rotation, Fred Hammond and commissioned. So that was my upbringing. So music was just always like a space to go to. I would write my poetry and listen to songs, and so yeah, that was my
Wow.
background.
So, India, how about you?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, I'm a preacher's kid, and my father was a missionary Baptist preacher. So that's my upbringing. That's my roots, church wise. Um, my grandparents were very instrumental in my upbringing, and so people sometimes tell me I have an old soul. Well, it's because I spent a lot of time around old people. And my father is, my parents, but my father mainly was a lot older than everybody else's parents. My father was probably old enough to be everybody else's grandfather. And so because of that, I just, developed kind of this, again, old soul, and kind of old school in a lot of the way I conduct my life. You know, and so meeting these ladies at the time that I did in high school, when could have been doing just about anything, but we were all focused on making sure that we did our schoolwork, church,
Yeah.
and community activities. And
Wow.
so the fact that we were like-minded at that early age, when we could have been out here doing any and everything, was foundational, you know.
Yes.
So, and my father didn't allow me to be around just any and everybody. You know what I mean?
Mm.
He didn't allow no sleepover situations with people that he didn't know.
Mhm.
So each of these ladies here represented our household that he vetted and approved for me to be able to spend time with them and spend time with their family and spend the night. And so yeah, but that's I think I answered the question. Did I?
Yes,
Hopefully.
and then you know what? I can hear it. I can hear the foundation. I can hear the common denominator in all of you. So it's not surprising that you all clicked like you did. So Enloe High School, a lot of people are familiar with that in Raleigh, North Carolina, and you know high school is different these days. What is it about Enloe High School that you guys can tell somebody that you remember back in the day after you all got together as Dark Essence? Tell me about, okay, what you got there? What's that? An Enloe High
Okay.
something? Okay.
Okay.
Class of
Tell
That's
me,
what's up.
94.
That's
wow.
right. Class of '94.
What is it about the Enloe High School? What you call it? Was it Slammer Jam? Is that what y'all call it? Was it something like
Oh,
that? Or is something y'all called your
Uh,
talent shows over there?
no,
variety show.
The variety show. We had the variety
Yeah.
show.
we had,
We had air guitar back in the day.
yeah.
Well, air guitar was before
Mhm.
we got there. I was just excited to get to Enloe because Enloe was like the most talented school. Like
Yes, it
all the
was.
talent was there. Everybody could dress at Enloe. It was all
Yeah.
about fashion,
Yeah.
music, and I just could not wait to get to Enloe. And I declare, time I walked up in them halls, I was like, oh, I made it. I made it. It was
Wow.
nice to tell people that I went to the low.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So
It's
yeah, it must.
like a
It,
culture there. Like
Yeah,
everybody, even in other classes, were close. Like
Yeah.
we were
yeah.
close, but we were also close to other classes. So even today, a lot of people I know from our 4 years there, like a lot of us still stay in connection with people within that I say 2 year, space between us and
Yeah.
before or after us. So I would
Yeah.
say that it was like a culture of pushing one another, a culture of
Yeah.
okay, we got excellence over here. Like I remember when people would fight, it wasn't like we would be like, oh, you were wrong. Like that was trifling. It wasn't like a oh, did y'all? I mean, if there was that, we were in high school, so but it was like a y'all were wrong. Like it
Yeah.
was just the excellence that
It was.
Yeah.
Enloe produced. I mean, you think about the people that came from Enloe,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what I would say was like a culture. And I was proud to be. You couldn't tell me nothing.
hmm Proud to be an eagle, baby.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
class of
go.
'94.
wow. Let me ask you this: the first time you left off campus and you did your first TV taping, y'all remember that when you went downtown Raleigh? I think I have a picture of that when y'all went down and did your interview in Raleigh.
Downtown
Any of you
Raleigh.
remember that time?
Ooh. Oh,
Um,
that's old. I
please.
remember that. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Talk to me about that, how that experience was, in case there's somebody who might be watching this show today that is, just starting out in their career. What was that experience like for you ladies? And what can you share about how that helped you with your singing career today?
Wow. That was pretty
Clarice.
cool. Well, yeah, actually, the reason that we were there is because my amazing husband believed in me. He wanted me. He was like, "Babe, I just want you to sing. If singing is what you want to do, I want you to sing." And I'm gonna tell you now, Amber, India, and Kim are the absolute best. I mean, those girls. I don't even know if I did. I even ask y'all. Y'all just was like, "Yo, yeah, yeah, we gonna do it."
Pretty much.
and and that's what happened. I mean, they came to support me on spiritual awakening, and that's yeah. And I mean, of course, we had did lots of singing prior to, and we've done lots of singing even after that day. But yeah, they were there to support me for spiritual awakening.
Well,
And
listen,
that's just amazing. I love you ladies for that. God knows I do.
I
wow.
just
Wow.
think I just wanted to say that I feel like any experience that we get to sing, whether it is in somebody's home, whether we're in
Mhm.
the bathroom or the garage, like us singing together, it's just a spiritual experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
Wow. And
as
wow. Go
every
ahead,
time,
Edna.
right? Like every
Yeah.
time, I don't care where we're at or what we're doing.
Mhm.
We always try to show up for each other. Like that's just
Yeah.
been since high
Yeah.
school to show up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Big heart, guys.
what Amber just touched on was like the magic that would happen when we open our mouths together.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Right. Yeah.
harmony,
Yes.
to this day, I have not
Mhm.
sang with another group with harmony as tight as what we had.
Yeah.
Right.
And we came in, we made adjustments. You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
there was a video going around with the group, like they were harmonizing, they were blending, and they were like telling each other the notes as they were singing. I was like, that's us, that's us, that's us. But we
Mhm.
would come in, and then the things that we were doing at that age, unheard of.
Yeah.
Clarice was
Right.
writing songs. We were
Yeah.
arranging vocals.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were.
We
Mhm.
were
Yes.
taking things that we heard and adjusting it for our voices.
We
We
Yes.
were
sure were.
lyrics of somebody else's song and
Mhm.
adjust them with the right gender pronouns to
Yes.
match us because
Yeah.
we love singing Jodeci. And so,
Yes.
for example,
Oh, yeah.
Forever My Lady
Yes.
Yes.
became Forever
Forever
My
my
Baby.
baby. Mhm.
Yes. Yes. So don't get me started, Cubbies. I'm gonna have y'all singing in a minute. So I remember a couple of great shows. I remember you remember the competition y'all won. I think I have a picture with the trophy. Y'all holding the trophy up when y'all won at one of
Yeah.
the shows. And you could tell me what day this was if you remember it. But this was a great day. Who could tell me about this? And
Was
there's
that?
Gary over there on the left. And wow, who remembers when this was?
I think we were at St. Augustine, right? Was it at
No. I
Club
think that was
Hollywood.
at Plum Crazy. That was
Yeah.
Plum
Plum. Was that Plum
Crazy.
Club
Crazy?
Hollywood. Club Hollywood. This you see the
Club
sign?
Hollywood. Okay.
Club Hollywood. Yeah, that's what that
Okay.
was.
Well, I
Okay.
can't believe I need to get back to that size. Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness, if I can
Well,
get
I'm
back.
gonna tell you now. I don't want to be that size. Mm-mm.
Yeah, isn't it something when you look back? Now, who's
I
the
don't
young
want to
man?
be that
Who's
size.
the young man? Who was that
I
young
was
man?
wearing Mama Corzine's jacket.
Yes, let
Oh,
me tell you what,
That's
my
Ron,
mother.
that's
he said,
Rondrick. That
yes.
Wow.
he was actually my boyfriend in high school, and he went with
Yeah.
us almost everywhere.
He
Yeah,
was
so
I
our
that's
thought
him.
manager, our
was
unpaid
our
manager.
bodyguard. He was our
Okay.
bodyguard for real.
Wow,
It
that's
was my
amazing. Well, you know what? Back then, I can't go back and reflect back to these days without thanking the people because I remember Foxy, I remember 97.5, all the radio
Yeah.
stations and how they used to be there for us and they used to allow
Yeah.
us. And I just have to shout out all of those people
Look at
who used to
Pam.
be there for us.
Oh,
You know,
Look at Miss Pam. Oh my goodness!
So
Wow,
uh-huh.
Pam Smith.
And
yeah.
Pam
Gary
Smith.
Chatterbox, I have to say a salute. Yes, and she passed away. So and then Pam over there on the left. You see her? Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow.
So here's the thing. I remember some openings that y'all did. Now, y'all remember those days? Y'all opened up for quite a few people. And I
Yeah.
have
We did.
pictures of those shows. And I want to know what was that like? Especially, I'm gonna start with Brian McKnight. Let's start out with Brian McKnight. How was that show? And what was that like? Was there any fear and anything like that? Because I can remember that. And we're gonna show that picture of when y'all opened up for Brian McKnight. Who remembered the details? Where you opened up? Where was the show
Now
involved?
that was St.
I
Aug,
think
right?
that was St. Aug.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was St. Aug. Okay.
I
We
think that was fear, but excitement. Like I think that was at the time where we kind of thought that maybe we could make it one day or something. So
Yeah.
so we were like, we need to look good. We need to
Right.
you know.
And
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane and Buju, all of that. So tell me about this experience, ladies. First of all, how did you have these opportunities?
Okay. So I remember this particular experience. We won because we won a talent show. So the winner of that talent show was going to get to open up for Bryman Knight, Buju Banton, and Big Daddy Kane. That was St. Aug's homecoming.
Yeah.
I remember correctly. I think it was February. Well, not homecoming, because homecoming is not in February. It was like a Valentine's thing or something. Anyway, it was in February of, I believe, 93, 92 or 93.
They were back then. Homecomings actually were, because we didn't have a football team back then. So you actually have a good memory. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
She does.
Wow.
Something. So we won that experience. And so I remember being very calm. Like for whatever reason, like I wasn't shaken by like we were about to meet Brian McKnight. And just a disclaimer, he was not the Brian McKnight that he is today.
Yeah. He was so nice.
Okay.
He was so kind to us, though. Like that was the overwhelming part. He was so nice. But you know what? I'm like you, India. I don't remember us ever being nervous because we sang so much together. Like singing together was like just it was almost like air we breathe.
Yeah.
We were going somewhere singing. It just flowed like that. So
we were excited. Like we were like, we're gonna kill it. We're about to do this, and it's gonna help us blow up.
That's true.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie though, I was nervous though.
What did we have on? Can you go back to that outfit? Because outfit.
Now
I think we got that vest from Express.
Structure actually.
Or limited structure. Okay.
Yes. Why did we do that? Whose idea was that?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, but back in the day, we were cute. I don't know what you're talking about, girl.
I know, it was cute.
Wow.
The chokers.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Lord.
now the chokers.
Oh my God, I just noticed the chokers.
I think that was about to be you, Clarice. You always had vision as it related to like jewelry and that's what I think.
Oh
So
my
talk to me about Big Daddy Kane. How was he?
He was cool. Yeah, he was always cool. He gave me a nickname, Cheeks. Mm-hmm. He just said I had fat cheeks, fat facial cheeks.
Which cheek? Okay.
Now, I see Love is the Parable is in the building. I see Love is the Parable. I see James Hall. I see y'all out there. So listen, if you're out there, let them know you're out there. Put some in comments, say hello, and let them know. We thank you, Miss Letitia. Now, I had some pretty good managers too. Back in the day.
Yes, we did.
Okay, Crystal.
Yes.
How did you remember when you first met
Crystal?
That's how we got our gig. Yes, we do. We thank you.
But let me ask you, do y'all remember where y'all met us at?
So I actually met Crystal at her home. I was singing with Deborah. I don't even know if y'all remember Deborah.
I remember Deborah.
But I used to sing with Deborah in 9th grade. Like she was always the person that was like, come on, Amber, do the talent shows. And I just remember always being so busy, but somebody was always like, we're going to do this talent show. And I can't remember Deborah's last name, but Deborah actually introduced me to you.
Wow. Okay.
And how about you, Clarice? Do you remember the first time you met me?
I was thinking I met you. Met y'all at St. Aug. Because I remember. I want to say it was after a talent show, after the variety show at Enloe. We went over to Shaw one night and ended up singing. Because I want to say, Amber, that was the night we had on them little black and white dresses, and we were singing "Touch Me Up."
Yeah,
I don't. That's what I remember. You remember that? You were singing "Touch Me Up." That's what I remember. But yeah, I think it was over at St. Aug. Yeah, that's what I remember.
No, everybody had a different perception. What do you remember, Kimberly?
Well, I just remember you were brought to me. Like it was like, here's Crystal, who is a manager. It was like that. I don't have a recollection outside of this is Crystal and Gary, and they can manage us, and and that's how I think you were presented to me, and it was just sort of like, oh, okay, we can have a manager. I was kind of always like going with the flow, so I think that's what that was for me. India, what was it? She's the elephant. She knows.
Yes. Go ahead, girl. Tell us all. Tell us.
Yes, we waiting, India.
These recollections are accurate so far.
Okay. I feel good.
I was just waiting to do mine because I was the one that was like, Crystal, who?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So, okay. I was very protective of our
Yeah.
Yes, as
I
you
was
should have
like,
been.
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, no. So, like, I had to warm up to the idea of a Crystal and a Gary because we were up to that point, we were kind of handling our own gigs. Like we were getting engagements, we were at churches, we were at community activities. You know, we were getting ourselves out there by ourselves. And so the idea of somebody coming in and telling us where to go and telling us what gig to take, I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? So,
Right.
but it didn't take long for me to warm up to the idea, especially, you know, the venues that we were able to get into and the experiences that we had. And I was able to kind of see the full picture. But yeah, I was like,
Well, I think that means that you don't have any regrets that you think it was a good decision. So thank you for that. I I remember, you know, over the years we've seen you. I haven't seen you, Amber, but the ladies have come through for me. There was a special time. I had a special birthday, and they came through for me on my birthday
Yeah.
when I turned 60. And I think I have a picture of that too.
Yeah.
And that was so monumental for me to have them come and sing. And I want to thank you ladies for that, because that was truly, truly special for me to have you guys come there and just bring back those moments. It was a joyful time. Matter of fact, Love is a Parable is here, and he did an amazing picture for me. Shout out to him. He made this. He did a poem, and he did a poem. And Job, if you get a chance, put that picture up, or those pictures from the 60th birthday party, because that was truly, truly a good time. And I'm sure if he stepped away, he'll bring it up there, and he'll do it eventually. But I'm telling you, there we go. Oh, he was being creative with it. Okay, he was getting creative.
Yes.
Let me see that again. That was pretty good. That looked good. You're looking out.
I look so good.
Yeah, come. Amber wasn't there. Show that again, please.
I'm
Show that,
always
please.
missing.
That was really special. That was so special. And that I'm holding what Jay made for me for the 60, and that was amazing. And there's Clarice's husband. You know, so I just want to
Mr.
thank y'all,
Jay.
because that meant so much to me. You never know how you're going to bless someone over the years, and that truly blessed me. I have to let you know that truly, truly did bless me, ladies. You know, and yeah, I just can't tell you. I was kind of speechless that night because a lot of things went on, and it was truly a blessing. And so now, ladies, I got a question.
yes, it was.
I have a question. Did somebody say something? You can go ahead.
I just said it was our pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And you look amazing,
Definitely.
by the way. Y'all look amazing. Y'all still look good. You look beautiful. If anybody knows you now that knew you then,
Praise the
you
Lord.
know, sometimes we see people and life is life, and they kind of look rough. But you ladies look good. Let me just go ahead and tell y'all. Y'all look good. Y'all look
Thank you.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank
God
you,
is
Lord.
good, for sure. He is truly good to you.
Mhm.
And but now, who was it that inspired you? I'd like to know from each one of you, what artist or group inspired you, you know, to sing, and who was it that you listened to over the years? Amber.
Definitely Clark sisters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, the Clark sisters.
okay. How about you, Kimberly and Amber and India?
Mm.
As a group or individually?
Individually, and then if you did it as a group too, that would be good. But definitely,
I think mine was CC Winans. Like growing up, like growing up and singing in the choir at the church and just singing. Period. She was the it girl that you listen to all the time. Like she was always coming with that heat. So she was the person that I kind of try to cater myself to back in the day. Like most definitely. I'm trying to think of others. I mean, R&B, like growing up when I was little, like I was like Kimberly. We loved everything, like Madonna, Janet Jackson. I can't think of anybody that I didn't like,
wow, wow, okay, and that paid off. How about you, India? Were you the one who said the Clark sisters?
No, I did not. I didn't mention any yet because I'm sitting here thinking, and my music appreciation is wide. You'd be surprised
Yeah.
at the types of music that you would probably think I wouldn't like. But so just a little background. My mother was a classically trained opera singer. So
Wow.
on top of growing up listening to church music, I also listened to opera in several different languages in my
Oh,
house. And so and I developed an appreciation early for all different genres of music, from quartet, being in the Missionary Baptist Church growing up, all the way to Italian opera. So I don't know if there's one particular artist that I can pinpoint, but
Right.
I will say that I tried to sing everything Whitney Houston sang growing up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
I
could.
mean, we don't have the same voice at all. I'm very much alto, contralto, and she's mostly not. But I just saying, and I would adjust it to my voice, of course. So Whitney had a strong influence on me growing up. Yep.
oh wow. Oh wow. Clarice, you got sideways on me there. How about
I
you?
know. I don't know how I got sideways.
What you touch over there?
I don't know.
What you touch?
I didn't touch anything.
Did you rotate your phone?
Kimberly, did you have a variety as well in regards to it? That's good. Opera and everything. How about you, Kimberly? Did you listen to a
Yeah.
lot of different variations?
Yes, Amber and India both kind of said what I would say. It was a wide range, like I said earlier, from
Yeah.
80s rock and pop like Boy George and George Michael and all that. I mean, my my aunt, who on my dad's side, loved the blues. And so when I would go to DC, we would listen to a lot of the blues and old jazz. I grew to love like Ella Fitzgerald and all those guys. And so as I got older, I started listening to like some other stuff, R&B, but older R&B like Donny Hathaway. And I would wake up in college to Aretha Franklin's greatest hits. Like, so music spans. I mean, so music is able to, as long as it touched my soul and brought me peace, like India said, opera, classical, jazz. I was pregnant with my daughter. I just consistently listened to classical. So I love all genres, and I know that came from my upbringing.
Yeah.
Wow. So I want to ask y'all, in case there's some other girl groups or individuals out here that are trying to get together, or maybe they have some conflict, because y'all just gel so well together. Any advice you would give any other groups that may have conflict, that are trying to formulate a group? What would be a piece of advice each of you would give them if they're going to form a group, how they can gel like you guys do?
Oh, laugh. I'm going to say that first.
Yeah.
Laugh. We have had some of the best, I think, laughs of my life. I'll speak for me. Like some of the best unforgettable laughs where because of the laughter, it brought solidarity. Like the people may not have been happy with us laughing sometimes, but it brought solidarity. So I'll say, like, if you can find a place where you can go back to the laugh, the fun, then you can remain tight. And we just always remember that we loved each other, because we have fought.
Yeah.
We have stopped talking, all that stuff, but we would show up and sing like it never happened. And so I'll say laugh, and just remember that, you have a goal and a purpose, and, love one another, love the music, and go out and do what you got to do. That's what I'm saying.
I have to say, I give us so much credit looking back and actually having teenage daughters, and looking at all the changes that happen hormonally.
Same.
I gotta give us credit for not like fighting and physically and doing all the things that could have happened. We kept ourselves in check. Now, we, like Kim said, we had our spats, we had our moments. I remember one time Clarice cussed me out, but I ain't gonna go there. But
did we go there?
Yeah, you did. I deserved it. To be honest, I deserved it.
I won't save.
But we never went to blows. We never We also didn't have social media, so we didn't get dirty because we didn't have social media.
Right.
But we still other we could talk about each other, but other people couldn't talk about us.
Okay, say that again.
My crew and mess with my girls, and so advice that I would give is forgive often.
Yes.
Yes,
Forgive
forgive
as
often.
often as you breathe, and
Mm.
also give it time. Time usually heals a lot,
Mhm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you just have to step away, go walk away, and then come back refreshed with a new perspective and live a little bit of life, and you realize the genuine bonds that you had were important. And so, you know, those are the things that kind of naturally happen. So that would be my
Yeah.
advice.
That's
My
really good. Clarice, do me a favor, sit up a little bit so I can get you closer because when you move, come on up. There you go. Thank you. So, Clarice, what
Okay.
would your tip be? What would your tip be for a group? I don't know if you heard me, but I
I
had asked,
didn't. Mm-hmm.
what would you give advice to a new singing group so they can have the kind of camaraderie you ladies have? What would be the tip that they need to have?
Oh wow. Well, pretty much everything that I've heard is I would definitely second that. I concur. Um, Definitely concur. But I don't know. I would say grace. Give each other
yeah, give
grace because, I can honestly say there were times that we would come together for like rehearsals and stuff like that. We were all dealing with something called this thing called life. I don't know if you girls remember one night we were practicing and my mama with her fast self was trying to put a bulb in the floodlight outside. And literally, while we're practicing, she cuts her finger off.
Yep,
yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. And I just went frantic. I was like, all right, y'all, I gotta go, gotta go. But like I said, we all experience life and, things are happening. And, like I said, just give each other grace because as a dear friend of mine said in one of his plays, we don't know what it takes for people just to make it through the day.
That's right.
So if we can just extend to each other a little bit of grace, I think that would be my advice for any new groups.
Grace. Wow. Amber?
Mm-hmm.
Mine was gonna be don't take yourself too seriously in a group. I think sometimes people get in groups and everybody wants to be the lead, everybody wants to be in front. But I think if you just don't take yourself too seriously and enjoy the moment, like enjoy each other,
Mm-hmm.
that enjoy the love that that you can find in a group. Like I just think that we always enjoyed the love. So that's where the laughter came from. That's where the grace came from. That's where the
Mm-hmm.
forgiveness came from. Like
Mm,
no matter what, we loved each other and we were going to have fun. That was the first and foremost thing that we were going to do is have fun and we were going
Mm-hmm.
to sound good. Oh,
wow.
Yep.
it was going to
I
sound
wish
good.
I Man, I wish I
Sound
could get
good.
y'all to hit a note together so the people listening could just hear y'all. But I know sometimes the acoustics may not work because
Yeah.
y'all in different
And the
locations.
delay.
So we're gonna have to get a video and let y'all just kind of submit that. I'm gonna have to play the video. I have one of them, and we're gonna have to let y'all hear because they had such an angelic voice. The harmonizing is what captivated Gary and myself, and that's why we said, "Oh, we need to take them on the road." They were very well mannered, very professional. Uh, they were just great. You could tell they came and had good home training. Everything we knew that their parents were all on point because the way they carried themselves 24/7. And I commend the parents definitely. And still to this day, they still to this day do the same thing. So I'm very proud of you now, just as much as I was back then. So my next question as we get ready to try to wind this thing down is to ask you ladies, what next? What next? I heard somebody put it in there, and I was thinking, do we hear or see a Dark Essence reunion? A reunion coming through? I think I like the idea of a Dark Essence reunion. And Clarice, I see you. I see you trying to get it together. I know you're trying to fix it. I'm trying to give you time to get it together. Technology definitely takes us through some things sometimes with all of us. But we'll give you time and bring you back up once you get it. But ladies, tell me about the idea of a Dark Essence reunion. Have you been approached by some of your friends in Enloe and asked, and would you be open to that?
I'll start with the reply. So yes, we constantly get people saying, "Hey, y'all should sing again," and we actually thought we might with our 30th class reunion that we just celebrated. So we just celebrated 30 years of having graduated from the finest high school in Wake County, Enloe High School. But it didn't happen. But there's definitely interest. I will say that along with some other folks who were repeat performers in a variety show, it might be time for a reboot of the variety show. So I'm just going to sprinkle that out there. That's kind of like a conversation that's happening in the background that we might be trying to cook something up like that.
That might be nice. That, Kimberly, you have an organization. I have an organization. India has an organization. Clarice has one. We all might need to put that together. We might need to pull that together in Raleigh, collaborate and do something and bring all that together. And that might be kind of dope, But how you like the idea, Kimberly? What you think?
Oh, yeah, I think that sounds good. So I want to say this. It's such a blessing to me to sing with these ladies. I think we all have said that. But so we had Dark Essence, but then after Dark Essence, we had Send Joy, where that's we would sing as Send Joy. That's when we kind of transition over from tonight to like a little bit of gospel and stuff like that. But one of the things I want to say to that is that the reason why we ended up singing behind Clarice for Spiritual Awakening is because of the fact that we just love singing together. And so you asking us to sing, Crystal, for your birthday was such a delight to say yes, because we just love singing together. And I thank God for the ladies that could show up. For me, I know Amber couldn't make it, but we always feel like Amber is there even when she's not physically there. Like we make sure that she knows everything that's going on. But for my dad's funeral, we were able to sing there. And so I absolutely hope that, I don't know about Dark Essence, y'all, and that name, but anyway, I'm gonna just be real. I'm gonna just be real, but I do hope. Yeah. I do hope that we, have plenty of opportunity to sing together. I would love the idea of our organizations coming together. Clarice has I don't know how many events I've had where I've called on Clarice to sing, and so India, I was able to go to this thing recently through the nonprofit that I work for, because she's actually on the board of the nonprofit where I'm the executive director. But she was highlighting Seasons Village, but also got invited to sing. And I have a clip of her voice. And right before you asked us, Crystal, to come on here, I had just done this compilation video where I just shouted out how much I just love them and our friendship, which spans almost 40 years for me and Amber.
Yeah.
Ooh, anyway. And, like 35, because I met her in the 6th grade. So almost, not quite. But 35 for India and Clarice. So anyway, I know that was a long answer to the question, but I welcome it. I love it. I'll be there with bells on. As long as the Lord continues to give me a voice, I'll sing with these ladies any day of the week.
Yes. Wow. Amen to that. Amen to that.
How about you, Clarice?
Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, I'm so behind. Tell me what I missed, because I have a clear. Me and my technology over here. Y'all don't understand. I am struggling. Did y'all see me earlier? I said, "Oh Jesus!" I was struggling over here, just struggling.
What is happening? She on the floor. What is
Look, my husband came in here and told me, "You need to sit up. You need to sit up a little bit higher."
I text him. I said, "Hello, wife."
I'm like, Joe, I'm sitting up.
I have to shout out James. James really is a great manager.
He is great.
Yes, he is. We love James. Yes,
we love
James. He's the biggest supporter. He definitely does. The question, Clarice, was, how do you feel about a reunion? Look at that. And these are
wow. Yes, that is our wedding. And India's wedding.
And so let me ask you, Clarice, so how would you be open to a reunion?
Definitely. It's crazy because I've had people to ask me. One person I will name, Mr. Terrell Midget. We were at a Democratic event back here a few months ago, and he was like, "Yo, when y'all gonna do it? Yo, when you gonna do it?" So I mean, yeah, I think we really definitely need to talk about
That's it.
putting a reunion together. I mean, and honestly, the only way we're gonna do it is to start talking about
It's
it.
going to be done.
Yeah,
Consider
we
it done.
definitely need to
Consider it
do it.
done. It's going to happen.
Hmm.
2020. Y'all want it in 2025 or 2026? We have enough organizations to collaborate and come together between the resources with all of us. I say we'll talk about it offline and
Okay.
let's set it off, y'all. Let's set it off. And Amber, you didn't get to
All
answer
right.
that question. You for it?
I'm always for singing with them. Like anytime they say we're gonna sing somewhere, if I can make it, because I'm always gone. I'm always the one off somewhere else.
So
I'm always living somewhere else, gone somewhere else. But yes, I'll always sing with you guys.
So I'm
Wherever.
gonna put y'all on the spot. I'm gonna put y'all on the spot. You can't sing together, but I was looking at the setup and I said, how can I get them to do this? So here's what I'm gonna ask you to do. I always tell people when you want to be in the industry, you got to be ready, and the Bible says, "Be ye ready." So you can't sing together, but if I can get you Amber to say do, and India say Ray, and Clarice say me, and Kimberly say fa, and then Amber say la
So,
do. I
la
think
ti
it'd be
do.
kind of cool because just do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, but in
Oh
sequence,
Lord.
so people can hear your voice.
That's,
They can hear your voice.
that's what you want to
Do,
see.
re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
So you're going in sequence. I'm not in it because you don't want me to mess it up. So Amber, you start with the do. India said the Ray. Clarice is me. Kim is fa, and then Amber, you are so, and then India is la, and then Clarice is T, and Kimberly's do. So on the
Oh
count
Lord.
of three, I
We 45 plus. We gonna mess this up, y'all.
Yeah.
you have what
I
you
was
say.
thinking that too.
Let's
Kim.
try. Let's try. Let's try.
Okay.
We have what we say. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Do.
Who's
We
Ray?
already messed it up.
You, India,
Was I
Ray.
Okay,
I'm me.
I thought I
Yeah.
was last.
so I just want you to say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la.
What's the order again? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
listen.
Okay.
Right.
Just like that.
We talking about menopause.
Now,
right?
unless each one of you want to do the whole thing, do, re, mi, it's on
That
you.
I think that might be easier
Okay,
if each of us just did it.
Each one of you,
I'm gonna let somebody else go first. Let's hear it.
But
Okay,
India
so
was always the bottom, so
okay, so we're
Yes.
gonna start with
Okay,
Kimberly
so-
and work our way up. And so you're gonna do each
That's
one of you
fine.
gonna do the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do in your own way. Okay, we can start with Kimberly.
okay.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Who did you say was
We
starting?
start with Kimberly.
You?
Clarice.
Oh my God. Why y'all starting with me?
How about this? When the
All
camera
right,
goes to
do,
you,
re,
when you see the
re,
camera
mi,
goes to
fa.
you, you know it's your turn. When the camera comes
I
to
don't
you,
remember the whole.
it's on you.
The whole thing, right?
I have
Yeah.
I have a suggestion. Why don't
Yes.
we
Okay,
sing a
go
real
ahead.
song? A real song.
Okay, what you got?
One in which we
I like that idea
one
too.
in which we took a verse, because the way we would arrange our songs, each of us would have a part of a verse, if not a full verse.
That's true. Yeah.
And then we would have our
Mhm.
harmonies in the background, which you won't be able to experience because we can't recreate that here.
Yeah.
But maybe you could hear at least the verse or part of a verse. How about that? Does that sound?
So which song, India? Which one? Which one? What you got in mind?
The first thing that popped out, I know we laughed because this is like one of our first songs, was Tonight. Remember how we used to?
Yeah.
But we don't. But it was just the first thing that came to my mind. What's another song that we
That's a good one.
take verses of songs though?
I don't know because I don't even remember tonight. Isn't that
You
sad?
started it. You started it. Come
I know.
closer and look into my eyes.
Go
If
ahead,
only
India.
for a moment.
Wow.
Boy,
Yeah.
don't be surprised.
Isn't
Go,
that
India.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking. I don't even remember it. Listen, my menopause brain, it's hard for me to remember my middle
Right.
name, people.
I know. I feel you. Okay. What's
I'm
what's
struggling
up?
over here.
How about Amber? Did you sing "Give Me a Clean Heart" with us?
Yeah.
Is that simple enough? Yeah, y'all.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't remember
I
having
don't know. I don't know either. But we could go back to
how we can
Doreen.
harmonize on give us a clean heart.
No,
We
you
can
can just
try
give
to
me
do
a
it.
clean,
Let's try
give
to
me a
do it.
clean heart, and then the next part, so I might serve thee.
Mhm.
we can just do
Yeah.
that. All right.
Yeah.
And
So we're
Clary,
gonna try
Lord,
to
fix my
harmonize
heart
on it.
so that I may be used by thee, and that's it. We just do that.
All right. Who India, you gonna start?
Clary, sit back a
Sure.
little bit.
How we
for
were
me.
doing it all
Okay.
together.
Is there a deep part in this? Because you know how I always took the bottom. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Give me a...
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I
Okay.
thought we were not. So we can.
Give me a clean heart so I might serve thee. Clarice.
Lord, fix my heart so that I may be used by thee. Kim?
Oh Lord, I'm not worthy of all these blessings. Amber?
I don't know what to say.
Give me
Yes.
a clean...
Oh, that's it. Give me a clean heart. That's all I got.
and I'll follow thee.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
I
we
wish
got to get if y'all can even just imagine for what you just heard, if y'all could just really just picture them singing together. I'm talking about perfect harmony. They haven't practiced, y'all. They haven't practiced in years. And what you just heard, man, y'all just have no clue, man. I'm telling you. So I'm not gonna keep y'all here all night, but I just want to ask y'all, like, any regrets at all, any regrets and what next? That's my question. Any regrets and what next for you as an individual? Because right now in your life, you're very successful, each one of you. I'd like to know where you're going and what we can expect from you next. So I'll let each one of you share with us. Amber, since you were kind of like away from us here, I'll start with you.
So that's probably my only regret is that I'm gone. So
Mm.
being gone, like when I was there, I miss having my sisters, like the connection, like to call on them anytime. We used to have dinners together. We went to everybody's kids' party. Uh, so being here is hard to be away from them. That's my only regret. As far as like regrets in life, no, I feel like everything that each one of us has been through has made us grow so much, so no regrets. And I mean, I look forward to us continuing singing like in our 80s if we make it.
You have what you say. You will make it. You will make it. Yes, you will make it.
Amen.
Definitely. How about you, India?
Wow, regrets. I try not to think about experiences in terms of regrets because I feel like anything that I've experienced in some way was either it was a lesson or it was something that was beneficial. So yeah, it's hard to say if I regret anything. I don't know. Maybe probably down through the years, you say ugly things to each other. So maybe probably something slick that I said down through the years. Had a
No,
slick
I
mouth.
mean like maybe a show you didn't do, or maybe You had the opportunity to go to the Apollo, but you didn't do it. Was there anything that you?
I do have one regret. One regret. Y'all gonna laugh at this one. So we had the opportunity. We celebrated our 10-year class reunion, and from that, we kind of came back together because everybody wanted to hear us sing at our 10-year reunion. So we're talking 2004, and this was pre-children for most of us, and
Right.
so we out here in these streets and we doing it. So it was the Tom Joyner Morning Show had come to town, and they were downtown at the Raleigh Civic Center, and we had the opportunity to I don't know how we auditioned. I don't know if we submitted a video.
You got us to audition. No, we actually went to the place and auditioned. It was off of Capitol Boulevard. We won. Yeah, we won. It was off of Capitol Boulevard. Yep.
So we somehow, I don't know how I found out about that, but we did. We went, we auditioned, and we won the opportunity to perform on the Tom Joyner Morning Show. So those of you who don't remember what that was, Tom would travel to different cities and his crew, and they would have people perform in the morning show. And this is early in the morning, like early in the morning.
5, 6 o'clock.
And then, but then also there's a certain audience that Tom Joyner Morning Show caters to, not the gospel crew. So of all the songs in the universe that we could have chosen, well, of course we went with our heart and we chose a good old gospel song. But the crowd wasn't feeling it. We sounded really good. So I think maybe if I could change one thing about that is we would change our song choice. Although I think that we still blessed the audience with what they needed to hear and not feeling us at all. But yeah, maybe a different song choice for that opportunity, because we lost to a girl that sang Patti LaBelle and she didn't even sound good.
Lord, I remember that. Yes, Lord, I remember that.
But in addition to sharing about regrets, I know you said what's next. In between that, I want to say there's some thank yous that we need to give out. So I don't know who's watching, but I just want to say thank you for all the people like down through the years who've encouraged us, when people who've invited us to sing, people who still reach out and say, hey, and just check on us. But also, let me just shout out Clarice's parents. So Miss Geneva Gerald.
Yes. And Carl.
Oh my God.
Carl. And her brother. Yeah.
And don't forget her brother.
Wow.
We're gonna get to them. But let me just say, first of all, we were so dedicated in our rehearsals. We rehearsed twice a week. We rehearsed on Sunday night and Wednesday nights. We did not play about our rehearsals. But the Geralds opened up their home and let us rehearse in their home. On Beverly Drive and the other house, wherever we needed space, they allowed us to just come and take over and sing all night and eat up their food and whatever else. So shout out to the Geralds. And by extension of the Geralds, we had access to Carl Gerald, Clarice's brother, and James Perry.
And Marvell.
That was the G band. That was the G band. And they traveled with us. They would pack up their equipment and go with us to these different venues.
Tina.
I don't think we paid.
Tina Wayne, because Tina was out. She was our little photographer and little videographer.
Tina Weenie, she was our biggest fan and still is.
Yes.
And all of our parents, of course, very supportive during that time period. Crystal, of course, you and Gary. These other folks who were promoters or giving these teenage high school girls a chance to be on the stage with people that were twice our age, just giving us exposure, giving us that opportunity. So just wanted to give those thank yous out there.
Wow. Kimberly, you want to add to that?
I forgot the question.
I
got so caught up in India's answer.
I know, me too.
It was great. It was. Your answer was so good.
I
Yeah,
could
what was
tell
the question?
India was the one. I could tell she was the one that really kept it together, did some stuff back in the day.
Yeah,
Yes, she
Any
did.
regret and
she
any,
did.
what next?
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Um, I was mad after the Tom Jordan Morning show because
I was
there
too.
was this comedian, and I was like, I thought that we did exactly what we needed to do. We just, like India said, had the wrong audience. But I really, you know what? I don't regret that because it taught me a lesson about resiliency. And you won't please everybody, but you go and do what you're supposed to do and what your purpose is, and whoever is supposed to impact it will. But that was a young lesson. That was a lesson early on in resiliency. But I would say I regret that because we really did, and I don't like to live in regrets either, but we really did have a good thing going. And just life, going off to school, pursuing our dreams and goals, and I think it led us down wonderful paths. But I do wish that we could have um, continued, and that's something I've said through the years. I probably don't think about it as much today as I
Yes,
did like maybe 10, 15 years ago, where I would say to myself, maybe even longer. But
yes,
anyway, I would say to myself, man, I wish that we would have kept singing. Like what would have happened? The woulda, coulda. Like what could have happened, because we did have an amazing,
yes, you
like
did.
you said, our voices gelled very nicely, and we can just come back together like it's nothing. Like, and sing anywhere, anytime. I think we kind of take that for granted sometimes. Like we just show up somewhere, hadn't rehearsed because we have rehearsed so much that we just fall into place. So I think I regret that because we had an amazing group, and in spite of all our challenges, which I think probably took us away from one another, like because we had some challenges, we kind of took a step back and pursued school and things like that. But I'm so blessed though, in spite of the regrets. Back to what the question earlier, what really brought us together and what kept us together and what has stayed us. And so in spite of the minor regrets, I think that, this could be a new season. And
Yes, yes.
so, yeah.
Yes, I agree. I agree, Kimberly. I agree with what
Mhm.
you said. I think about the fact that we should have took
Mhm.
y'all to the Apollo for sure, or some places like that. Definitely, y'all
Yeah.
definitely could have did some things like that. And so, if you're out there and you have a group and everything, don't stop. Keep going. Take them all the way. Take them all the way. Let them do the things that there's many opportunities out here now. There's opportunities online. There's a lot of things that people can do now that we couldn't do back in the day. I mean, and these ladies
Right.
can get together now and sing 20 and 30 years later without a rehearsal. That speaks volume when you can come
Mhm.
that far and have had children and raised families, and you can call them up and they can show up at a wedding, a funeral, or a birthday party and deliver. Okay, deliver. All right. And so, who did I miss on that question? Regrets or what's next? Did you go, Amber, Clary? Did
And
I go?
Clarice
uh,
didn't.
no regrets. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think our experiences as teenagers and as I heard Kim say, India, we've had kids, we've been married. It has all made us who we are today. So I don't think I would say we any regrets. But like Kim, I often wonder where we could have been. Just when I think about the fact that um, our sound was just, I mean, it was amazing. And then the connections that years later I would have, such because my cousin was playing with a couple of groups, and I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying, But yeah, I do wonder sometimes where we could have gone, the stages that we could have graced, and yeah, but we still have time as long as we have breath in our bodies. There's
That's
still an
right.
opportunity.
That's right. That's right. So here's what I want to let you do as we get ready to wrap this up. I want to thank y'all again for just being here, for doing this. I want to thank everybody who's popped in. I want to thank everybody who will share this later because we will. That's the good beauty of the internet. Excuse me, is the ability to do replays, the ability to reshare. So we will do that. But I want to give you ladies the opportunity to do one thing. India started out by saying the thank yous to anyone you want to thank, but I want you to also take a moment to say whatever it is you want to say to each other. Like take this moment that maybe, you know, there's something you never got a chance to say to one another. And a lot of times, sometimes we don't get a chance to give each other our flowers. So I want to give you that moment to give each other the flowers as we begin to do our closing statements. And then I know that I have one flyer I'm going to put up to show something that Kimberly has coming up. And I'll share with you some things about Clarice, how you can support her. But I want to give the ladies one last chance to give each other their flowers and to say any thank yous to anyone in the audience or anyone that has ever supported you this far. And India, if you don't have to repeat it, but maybe you want to say something to the ladies. So ladies, I'll give you that opportunity now.
I would like to start because I want to say this. We give each other our flowers all the time, and that is a blessing that we do that. But I want to say this. I am proud of Miss India Williams because she just took on a leadership role for an organization called, and I just want to shout her out because she's going to be the interim executive director over at an organization called Loaves and Fishes Ministry. And I'm proud of her. So I just want to start with that. Absolutely, and she is the perfect person. But we give each other. That's one of the things I love about them. Like I miss these ladies, and that's a heartfelt thing. Like you can't make that up.
Right.
And so, but all the time we're texting each other. Like our friendship. This is a friendship. This is a sisterhood. We have been at each other's births, even of our children. Like we're friends. We're not just a group. Like we, and so I will say this, we give each other our flowers all the time, but I love y'all. I have loved y'all since I was a little girl, and I take that to my grave. I look forward to us reconnecting. We talk about our family dinners that we used to do. We're gonna travel on a train or something to Amber at some point, but just continuing to do life together. I'm proud of each of you. I'm gonna stand behind anything that you do unless it's criminal. And I'm just so proud. Yeah, I don't stand behind criminals. I pray for you. But I'm just so proud of y'all individually. Clarice and her marriage and her children, seeing them grow up. Amber, your marriage, your children, and the ups and ebbs and flows and the downs, and just how we continue to thrive and survive. And then I just shouted out India and just how she loves on folks. All of us do in our own ways. And I think the flowers could go on and on, but I'm gonna stop right there. I'm so blessed that we give each other our flowers all the time.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yes, and this is the exhibit of it. Being there in each other's wedding and baby births and godmothers. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. This is not a facade. This is the real deal. They are truly there for one another, and learn a valuable lesson. Tell people how you really feel. And I'm laughing because I was giving you the opportunity, because one of you might have said, listen, I ain't forget you took my man, or I ain't forget this. Or when you told me I wear that lipstick, I haven't worn that color lipstick since. Sometimes something that somebody did stuck with you for your life, and you can laugh about it. So I wanted to give you a chance. Go ahead. Amber, how about you?
I mean, I have to reiterate what Kim said. We are in connection on a constant basis. And I don't know if I could have done life without you guys. Like, to be honest, it was a blessing to have you guys in my life. Like Kim said, through our ups and downs, like we're always there for each other. So, I mean, I'm going to give you flowers today, every day. And I can't wait to see y'all because I miss you. It sucks being without y'all.
That's so sweet. Clarice?
I'm going to be honest, Crystal. Just when you asked the question, I got teary-eyed because I love these girls.
Don't start.
And everything that Kim, I did. I got teary-eyed.
Don't do it.
When I say I love these girls, I mean, these ladies have been my ride or die since we were like 16 years old. And I just love the fact that anytime we come together, it's like we don't miss a beat. Amber will tell you it ain't nothing for me to be like, all right, chick, it's time for me to put my eyes on you. You know, I mean that. You know, I get to see Kim in India, and I'm like, I gotta put my
Yeah.
eyes on you.
Yeah.
But I love that about us. I love the closeness. I love the friendship. I love the sisterhood. When I say absolutely proud of you guys, I mean, I'm proud of all of y'all. Just the amazing moms that you are, the black queens that you have become. And yeah, Crystal said that, and I just started crying. And I'm like, man, these girls, I mean, literally, I'm like Amber. I could not have done life without y'all being in my life. So
Yeah.
I love y'all, and I celebrate the women that you are, the moms that you are, the entrepreneurs that you are and will become. That's it.
Wow.
Here we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you did it. You made us cry.
You
I'm
make me
sorry.
sick.
I know it's gonna happen. But Sam, I'm a
Okay.
thug. I'm a thug. And thugs don't cry. So I'm gonna thug it out.
Go ahead, Thug. Go ahead, Thug.
Thug tears.
Wow.
Oh,
Well, I want to let you know, these ladies, they have quite a bit that they do. And Clarice, you know, she still has a couple of gigs. She's available. I'm gonna put something on the screen for you so you
Oh,
know.
Jesus.
You know, this is her contact information if you want to book her because she's available for booking, you know, and this is her
Oh,
email
my.
and everything. And want to
I
make
guess
sure
Joe
that
say
you
I'm available.
you know, she's a songwriter and she had that project coming out, you know, and you can tell them about the
Crystal,
two
we're
songs that
still
you have.
working on that. Well, of course, what is it? I guess it's been what 10 years ago when I did On My Journey. I still love that song. God knows I do. And I'm gonna tell you,
I do
India hits
too.
she hits that bottom note, poor girl. But no, seriously, we have been working on an actual project now. God knows, I know it's been 5 or 6 years, and I'm not gonna lie. At some moment, some moments I've been like, okay, God, I'm ready to finish this. But it's not when I finish, but that I finish. And I know that we are going to finish this project eventually. There is some great music on this project. One song is a tribute to my god brother, my god sis. Whew, I'm getting emotional again. But I'm just excited. So y'all just keep praying for me.
Oh,
That
yes.
soon we
oh,
will
I
get back in
actually,
the
Yes.
studio and work on this project. Like I said, I really want to see it come to pass. It is some great music on there, y'all. Now that's I believe. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So on that project is about 8 or 9 more songs. I mean, there's a couple of like, there's some songs that I even want the kids to dance on. So yeah, we're still working on it. Pray for us, y'all. Pray
yes,
for
yes.
us. We still
And you
working.
know what? Anything I can do, Clarice or James, anything I can do, call on me. I'm here for
Yes,
you, ladies.
ma'am. Thank
Call
you.
on me
Thank
if you
you.
need. If I can help you to bring it to fruition, let me know
Hmm.
for sure.
Okay.
You know.
Thank you so
Now,
much. Thank you.
Kimberly has a lot going on. Kimberly is
Yes, she does.
man, woo, the CEO and everything. She's got an event coming up. I think we have a flyer of an event Kimberly has coming up. She is wow, a phenomenon right now. All of them are, but Kimberly is
oh, sweet.
really pulling together. And if
She
we
is
can
doing
put
her
that up
thing.
and show what she has coming up. I mean, like we said before, she is you know, certified financial education instructor and everything, author. And you know, when I asked her about what she does, you know, with her book, The Debt Detox and everything, praying CEO every morning, she didn't want to do it. She said, this is not about me. This is about the lady. This is about the sisterhood. You know, she said, this is not a moment for me to promote myself. So I commend you on that. But
Mm,
I did want to give you the opportunity, you know, because I'm proud
yes.
of you. And so just tell us a quick second, what's coming up with this coming up this month, Kimberly?
So the Pour Tea is an event that I have done. This is my second one, but I have been doing teas annually since 2016 to highlight generational wisdom and how, as we get older, we have to pour back into the younger generation because things have been poured into us, whether we appreciated it at the time or not. And so these events are a focus of not just like etiquette and how to be a lady, a woman, and all those things, but how sisters empower one another. And so we have a few speakers. One is going to be speaking directly to the youth, the parents, to talk about our roles pouring back into our young people. Dr. Donna Corbett is with the Society of Etiquette Professionals. So she's going to be talking to us about pouring back into one another, but she's going to also go through etiquette. And then the other ladies are going to just, Angela Clemens is actually going to sing. So she's going to be our singer for the day to pour into us some beautiful, uplifting sounds. And then Pastor Darlene, Dr. Chanel Monique, and Dr. Letitia Nicole Beatty are all leaders in their different right. All of them are ministers, actually. But they're all leaders, and they all are entrepreneurs. They're all women who have groups with other women. And so the goal is, once again, to pour back into the next generation. And it's really based on Titus 2, as it relates to the women, the elder women pouring back into the younger women to guide them and lead them. And so that's what the event is all about. We have young people there. It's like a mother-daughter, sister-to-sister event. And we highlight women who are senior, who are a little bit more seasoned. And we honor them with their pearls and their crowns and highlight them and shine a light on them so they know they're not forgotten and that we want to pour back into them what they've given us.
And Kimberly, I want to also tell the people, you have a way for people to get ministered to every morning, 5 days a week? Tell the people about that real quick.
The Praying CEO, yeah, we gather every morning at 7:30, whether it's between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, but it's 7 days a week actually, because we get together on Saturday and Sunday as well, virtually through Facebook, and we pray. So this month we're focusing on purpose-driven visionary leadership. And so the group is based on women. It's a marketplace ministry. So within our entrepreneurship, we should also be serving and evangelizing and spreading the message of Jesus Christ. And so we come together every morning to pray to start our day. And we're focusing on Nehemiah, the book of Nehemiah, as it relates to purpose-driven visionary leadership. So that's the Praying CEO.
Listen, I found something, guys. I found something. I found a video that James sent in of the table singing together. It's a little clip. I want to show this clip because I know I put y'all on the spot to do it, but I want the people to get a
Girl Scout clip.
I wanted to get a taste of this. So let's look at this.
What did he spin?
I'm going to get that.
What did he
I have a
spin?
commercial break, and then we're going to end this show. But I definitely wanted y'all to see this. So take a look at this real quick. I got a couple things for you to see, and then we'll be getting ready to get out of here. So don't forget, subscribe to the channel, follow these young ladies, and take a look at this, and then we'll be closing out with closing comments when we come back.
I got to get my flowers in too, Crystal. I didn't get my flowers.
Oh, most definitely. Oh, yeah, we got to. Okay, well, let's do that first. We got to get your flowers. We have to get your flowers. Water them.
Yes.
Let's plant it and water it. Come on, let's go, girl.
So, as Kimberly said, I'm so grateful that we've stayed connected. We've had our times where we, like she said, ebbs and flows. But we have a chat group. My daughters are probably laughing at me because I say chat group. I don't know, group chat or chat group, whatever it is. We have a group where we encourage each other. We chime in. We check on each other. We are constantly pouring into one another, helping each other through challenging times. So this is not a facade. This is not when you talk about how connected our families are. So Amber's oldest daughter is our goddaughter, and if I'm correct, she's 30, right?
Right.
She'll be 31 on her birthday this July. So that was like, it's not a game.
No,
Kim held one of my legs up while I was giving birth to my twins. This is not a joke. These people are Clarice's mother. Kept my children when I first was separated and divorced from my husband and did not have childcare. So our family is Kim's mother is my godmother. Okay, this is not a game. So what you see here is genuine. And
India. One thing you and I both learned of our pregnancies when we at the same clinic together, sitting beside each other.
Wow.
Me and India. She was
So
pregnant with the twins, and I was pregnant with Carrington. We sitting in the same
Wow.
clinic. Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
So our circumstance brought us together, but we made a choice to stay connected. And I'm
Yes.
grateful
That's
for that.
good.
I'm not
Me
going to
too.
cry at all, but I'm just going to say I'm
Okay,
so
G.
incredibly proud of each one of you and in your own journeys and the stories. We could be here all night telling more stories, but you has holds a special and dear place in my heart. And I hope we grow old together.
Yeah.
I
You're
love
not getting
y'all.
rid of me
I
that
see
easy.
you, Mike. I want to shout out. I want to shout out those people that took the time to come in. I see you, Jamila, Baylor Stroud in the building. We go back. How you doing, honey? Pam
Jamelia, hey
here. Dave
Jamelia.
Life TV, Dave Life
She's
TV
in
in the
there.
building. Carla Holloway, James Hall. I see you. Rochelle,
Yes, hey
Quan. I
James.
see you. Okay. I see a couple of y'all. I'm trying to go down the list. Labisha.
Joey
Am I
Holloway, I saw him.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
a couple of people. So let's take a look at this clip right quick. We're gonna and love is a parable.
I'm
We
so
definitely
afraid.
out love is a parable for sure. And those that are not even telling us, people, one thing that you may not know, when we are online, a lot of people look at us and they don't even say anything. Did you know that? You can be online posting, commenting, you can be sharing, you can do a video, and you know about it, birthday, whatever, and then you go out there and somebody say something to you. I'll be like, I didn't know you follow me. They be like, yeah. So people watch us, y'all. Be careful when you're online because people watch and they don't say anything. They just lurking. They just lurking. So you got stalkers. Can I get that clip real quick? And show these clips, and we're gonna get ready to get out of here. I'm gonna show you my next show coming up, and I'm gonna thank these ladies one last time. But I do want to show you the clip of them singing.
What is this?
It was this day at my birthday, my 60th birthday party. They
Oh,
tell.
that's
Mm-hmm.
goodness.
Uh-oh.
It's like a dream. I'm holding you close, you're keeping me warm. And this is ecstasy. Forever, my baby. I say these words of me. Forever and ever. I pray is what it seems. Forever. It's like a dream. I'm holding you close, you're keeping me warm. And this is ecstasy. Forever, my baby. I say these words of me. Forever and ever. I pray is what it seems. I get so weak in the I thought we get to see forever, but forever's gone away. It's so hard to say
Yes.
That's it.
Oh, how did that make you feel, Amber? How'd you like seeing that? You've seen it before, right? You've seen this video before.
Yes, I have seen it. Yeah.
How did that make y'all feel? You know what? Y'all are just amazing, man. That we have to do the reunion. We have to do the reunion. I can't even play the other commercial video I was gonna play after that. I can't. I gotta end on that note. I can't play nothing else after that. I cannot play nothing else after that. Ladies, I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. I am so proud. I'm so grateful. I am so honored to have met you, that you thought enough of us and trusted us enough to work with you, ladies. I am here for you. If you need me, I'm a phone call away. You know, I'm here. Let's talk about making this thing happen. We have to let y'all continue. Y'all still have it. Y'all still have it. That right there, y'all did. Y'all didn't even. Y'all, I think y'all rehearsed there that night. That's it, right? Y'all didn't even get together. That was it. Come on, y'all. Man, that just messed me up because that lady,
Yeah.
Dark Essence.
Yeah.
Dog.
That one.
India William, Amber Corzine, Clarice Joe Hall, Kimberly Wimborne. If you don't know them, you know them now. I present to you my. Please be on the lookout because they will be reuniting again. I thank you so much for coming by and stopping by. We have another show coming up for you, a special show. I just want to show you this last clip. For a special edition with Dr. Cambon, who passed away. We'll be doing a special show with him on the 20th at 12 noon. We're doing a special edition all the way from Ghana. They're tuning in from Ghana, okay? And this is going to be really, really good. If you can't see it live, please do the replay because it's going to be powerful. I can't even explain it to you. If you ever met them, they had stores here in Raleigh that, you know, Dr. Cambon, a lot of people know who he is. He passed away not too long ago, and it's going to be powerful. I want to honor his legacy and let it continue on Storytime. I thank y'all so much for being here. We also next week we'll do something for Town Hall with St. Aug, so we'll get together with that. But you'll see that on my page. Just follow me. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much.
Thank
We
you.
love
Thank you so
you.
much.
We love you.
Thank you.
We love you.
Oh my goodness. Subscribe to the channel. Support these ladies. Support these ladies. I want to thank the producers. I want to thank the people who came through. And you've been listening to Storytime.
Thank you.
I am Crystal Bodie Smith.
Yes.
My mission is to stir up the gift, instill hope, and save lives. My tagline is keep hope alive. And I want to say come back again. Check out our videos. You might find a story you can connect to. And we'll see you next time on Storytime, 8 p.m. right here on this dial. Follow me at Shout Crystal. I love you. I love you. I love you. Keep hope alive. Have a great night, everybody. Thank y'all. Ladies, thank you. Sending hugs to each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's been real.
Big hug.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching Storytime. Thank you for watching Storytime. We're going to get on out. We're going to close it on out. I'm going to see how my producers are going to take us on out because this is our first time doing this with him. We're going to see what he's going to do and how he's going to close us on out because we out, y'all. Bye.
We out.
A catalyst for change with the chance to thrive. Crystal is the one to stir up gifts and save lives. You get exposure, promotion, and marketing too. And advertise for business owners just like you. On Storytime, your interview is global. Virtual or in person, just come on the show. Yo, your story matters. Crystals will open the door. 40 years of experience, ready to give you more on Storytime. Get ready for Storytime. Hey, come on.